All right. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is a great evening to spend with my buddy Nick. And Chris might be joining us later. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing lately with this whole COVID-19 thing? Leave us the description down at the bottom in the comments. Tell us what you've been doing to pass the time. What I've been doing to pass the time is deep dive in YouTube. And Nick, I want to hear about like what you like to deep dive into also during your COVID-19 bullshit. You do work, but I mean, at the same time, there's not a whole lot of stuff to go out to do. So if you're aside from work, kind of have to stay inside, or if you like keep yourself, maybe go like hiking or something like that. But whatever, we'll get to you. But what I've been doing is this guy on Instagram, not on Instagram, on YouTube. Follow him. He just goes by the name Hollow, and he's this guy. Oh, look at this. Oh no, this is from Luke. I thought it was gonna be Chris, but nope. Got my hopes up. Anyways, all he does, he's a gamer, and he just basically he just plays all these different games. But like every once in a while, he'll play these scary ass games, and he's hilarious because he's like in the corner of the screen. And he'll talk during the game, like you're almost like you're sitting there with him. Some of these games, they like jump scares are legit. Like I get freaked out and like like goosebumps all over the place. He played this game the other day. Oh my god, it was called. What was it called? Are You Okay? I think it's like find the Are You Okay or avoid the Are You Okay.
I have no idea.
And it was based off of Michael Jackson. Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie?
Oh, jeez.
But they made the name Are You Okay? And he's like, Are you okay? He's like singing out loud. He's like, is that a song? Are you okay, Eddie? And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. First of all, second of all, I wish he didn't in the screen, the little thumbnail of the actual episode. He shows what Michael Jackson looks like in like a close up. Mm-hmm. I wish that he didn't show it because it's terrifying. It's absolutely fucking terrifying. You're in this mansion. I can we'll give away everything. If you are allergic to jump scares like me, then you're gonna jump scare no matter what. Everything it's gonna freak you out. They go. That loud noise and fucking they're probably everybody's eardrums. I don't care. But then the screens like
like there's like the Exorcist face pops up at the same time.
Basically, but it's this fucking freaky ass Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, man. So you're in this freaking what you have to do is you have to avoid the Are You Okay? And you have to find the key to get out of this mansion. It's like located somewhere in these rooms. You have a flashlight. You have to hide from the Are You Okay? If he sees you or if you move or something, then he gets you. And you lose. You gotta start over. Oh my god, dude! This thing. You'll be walking around and he's like, he hates these games. He's like, I only play them because you guys want me to. Because like they're like, I know you guys get a kick out of me freaking out, and he freaks out all the time. He's always freaking out about shit. But this game, man, oh my god, you'll be walking around and all of a sudden it's like, but it's like a little like fuzzy, like his little, and you start hearing that, and you're like, what the fuck? And so you're like, then all of a sudden you go into one room and you hear like this faint like radio, but it's like it's his music, but you can't really tell, probably for copyright. Yeah. But you can tell it's got like that same kind of beat to it, and you have to go over and like get the fuzzed out radio, so you gotta go shut that shit off if you don't want to hear it. But then and the fucking Are You Okay is around. Motherfucker will come around the corner. He'll either be walking around on his tippy toes like a weirdo, or he'll be fucking Exorcist like the Grudge going down the stairs on all fours like a spider. I'm chilling myself out just thinking about it, man. I am freaking the fuck out over it, man. I'm not even joking. I'm pulling up the picture now. I'm going to find him while I'm talking because I'll be able to find it. And I'll just like have to like pause it on the shit because. Oh my god, I hate it.
No, dude. I don't want to look.
I showed Madison this, and I said,
"You gave her nightmares, didn't you?"
I don't think so, but I said, just watch this. And so she's like, I don't want to. And I'm like, fine. And so she watches, freaks out. Oh my gosh. He's been posting a lot of like Call of Duty and what like the new PlayStation 5 stuff's gonna be like. That stuff's gonna be awesome. PlayStation 5 is gonna be a game changer.
I can't even tell you when the last time was I played a video game.
Same here. I like watching this dude play.
Yeah.
And I'll follow him on those crazy ass scary movie ones, really, because those are the fun ones. There's one called what the heck? There's a part one to like the second one. He already started to play, but he never finished the first one, and so he ended up playing the first one. The first one's freaky too, and it's like in some insane asylum, and there's like a doctor like doing all these experiments on like the people and some of the bad experiments, and like cutting them up and mutilating them and shit like that. It's weird shit. But
sounds like a great game.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. That one they had some scary moments, but the thing is, those games, you can't fight back. Like you can just run, or you get mauled. Basically, there's like some of those games that he was playing, you just can't even you can't do anything. And
that's not fun.
No, I wish you could pick up a bat. And, I want to beat the shit out of Michael Jackson.
Do something.
But gosh, I mean, I don't know if this what kind of copyright protection this will have. Or oh shit, it's so freaky. And the look on his face is hilarious. Yeah, I gotta pause it at the right time. Oh man, it's so creepy, dude. Oh, I just saw it and just got creeped out myself because it does this like, it's so fucking creepy.
For a couple nights, thanks, Sean.
You might. Oh my god. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. I'd have to go to where like we first see him. That way. Dead time.
Yeah.
I'm getting freaked out. You can see him at the end. He's like in all fours, and you have a flashlight. Oh my god! You have a flashlight. And you can shut it off because if he sees a flashlight, then he'll come and get you. He'll come and get you, and then he'll fucking kill you. I'm F heavy today. That's all right. Come and get me. FTC. Come on. For the love of man. One time I wanted to happen real quick. What happened? Are you okay? Are you okay? You about hit by? Oh my gosh. Anyway, this guy, he kind of reminds me of Chris a little bit. I don't know why exactly, but he just seems very relatable. He gets so freaked out. Like, I'm not even listening to the audio. I'm just looking at his face, and it's just like one of those things where you can tell he's just like freaked out by it. Oh my god!
I'm trying to think, scary wise. Last thing I think I watched was the Haunting of Hill House on Netflix.
You know what? I want to say I saw that too. I saw something like that.
It is good.
What the hell was that I saw?
Coming out with another one. I can't remember what it is. It's the Haunting of Another House, but it's all the same actors coming back to play the characters in the new house.
Really?
Yeah, kind of pulling the American Horror Story kind of thing, where everybody's going to be the same actors.
Okay, this is just kind of what I can kind of see. Look at his face.
That's kind of freaky.
Okay.
That's MJ, huh?
Dude, I'm gonna go back just a skosh.
Oh, great.
So you can just watch it and like you're not gonna get the audio. but that will come up and you're just oh, it's free. He's like,
he's like,
It's hilarious. It gets me every time, like because the noise. It's the noise, really, what it is.
Yeah.
But like that is a freaky looking picture too. Oh man. All right, I'm done. Have a good night. That's the show.
I'm gonna go sit in the corner and cry now. Thank you.
You cry for the next hour. You hear me weeping for the next hour. Oh shit! Side note: I just found something that I wish I could afford because it's so freaking expensive. Did you ever back when you were younger, when like arcades were the shit? Did your arcade ever have one of those those bubble hockey games? It was a manual rod, the rod hockey games where you twisted and the players would like spin out. It'd be a whole table and a big bubble. The big bubble.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't everywhere. I mean, they're expensive games, but I had an old arcade place, but then like you wouldn't see it. I never saw it for a long time after that.
Mm-hmm.
You can still buy them, brand new. Like the companies still make them.
Really?
And they're badass, but they're fucking $3,000 badass.
Jeez.
No, thank you. But they're bad. They're really cool. You can get around with like an LCD screen in there that has like the score. It keeps the score. It'll even show it'll show how many attempted shots. Like it can detect that stuff. Wow. Probably, like depending on how many times it might hit the goalie or something. I don't know.
High-tech tabletop.
It's pretty cool, and you can get like oh man, what else can you get that's really cool about it? The LCD scoring is kind of cool, or LCD. You can customize your teams. You can have whatever team you want playing against each other. You can do the classic. The one that I always had at the arcade, it was it was called Game Factory. They actually, I don't think you were in Rockford then. When did you move to Rockford?
I lived in Rockford almost my whole life. I moved to Texas just for a couple of years.
So okay, then maybe you remember. Do you remember Game Factory? Or you just quite a little bit too. That was right on Alpine, right across from. There's a huge ass mobile there now, but there was like a little strip mall, and gosh, what is there now? I don't know what's there now.
Talking on North Alpine or South Alpine?
North Alpine.
Okay.
North is everything on the other side of East State, right? That's where they decide that North and South.
Sure.
Differentiation. I don't know what it is. I think North. I want to say it was right on the corner of this long, like maybe 5 or 6 storefront, like a strip mall, and right next to that was an awesome donut shop because you go there and you play video games, or you go get donuts in the morning and then you just walk next door and you play video games for like the whole day. And it was awesome. And they had that game, but it was US versus Russia, and that was always awesome. And I'm like, man, would I just get the classic one, or would I like it'd be cool to like mix it up and make it like the Blackhawks versus like the Predators? They got like a little bit of a rivalry going. So I'm like, man, I mean, $5,000. Like you're walking out, dude. There's a place that says, select your shipping. There's a dude that drops it off on a truck. It comes to you on a truck. You can either, it'll be sitting at the edge of the truck, and you need 2 or more people to lift it out of the truck.
Oh my gosh.
It's all one piece basically that's wrapped up in cardboard and on a pallet, or you can pay $200 for the guy to bring it down on the little lift, and then he carts it to the edge of your door, but he doesn't take it inside, doesn't install anything. I'm like, damn, $200 just for the dude to listen out there. I'm like,
yeah,
like 2 or 3 guys over, I'd probably be all right with just this man handling it off.
Or it's like, okay, let's try this guy.
Yeah.
So about that $200.
Yeah. What's the warranty on this? It'd be an ultimate game room, like it'd be a centerpiece for a game room.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I like ice hockey, but or not ice hockey, air hockey, but like it gets old after a while. This game seems like it would be like constantly. You'd always have it'd be fun to play, as long as you have
Lucas,
somebody to play with.
anytime we're around an air hockey table, Lucas always wants to play. He loves playing air hockey against me for some odd reason. I don't know how that started, but he's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "All right, let's
Maddie's
go."
the same way. I don't know why. And like, I'll kick your ass half the time. I think she got close the other time. Last time we played it, it's like, whoa, that was close. But I don't know. Air hockey's fun, but this would be better. They also have a soccer version of it too,
like foosball.
No, yeah, that would be the thing. But you're moving the guys, you're moving individual people, up and down the their respective area. But yeah, foosball would be the opposite, jerk. They have this new game called foosball.
Have you heard about this game? They have these long sticks, and there's about 9 balls on the.
I think I did. I think I told you a couple of episodes ago. We played in a place in Iowa, and they had a foosball table there back in the band days, and we loved it. But the bartender, he played on a league. Did I tell you that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll never forget that dude. He was so badass. He said he was the worst in his league. And we're like, you lie. I think he's just being modest. He had been one of the top guys. But he's like, no, there's guys that like make me look dumb. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Oh shit. So like what do you do? What are you doing to pass the time? You guys went camping? Did you guys went camping? I think the last time
we've been doing a lot of camping. I'm trying to think. Last time we talked, where did we did we just go on a camping trip?
No, you were going like the next day.
Okay, so we've gone to some of our family has a spot not too far from here, about an hour from here. So we've gone there. And the next weekend we went to Moraine State Park. It's outside of Bloomington.
Okay.
Down by Leroy, Illinois, or if you're from there, Leroy, Illinois.
Leroy. Is it really what they say?
Oh yeah, it's Leroy. Roy, like like the French name, like Leroy. Leroy. But anyways,
all our listeners in Leroy are pissed now. God, thanks.
You know what? Say it right, I won't say shit. So, oh no, there's another town over there. How do you say this? SAN space JOSE.
SAN JOSE. Yeah, San Jose. No,
it's San Jose.
San Jose.
We live in San Jose.
No, they do not say San Jose.
Well, I made the mistake. Is when I first moved down here, I was working at the hospital, and they came in and was like, I was trying to learn the places. I go, where is San Jose at? And like, you mean San Jose? I'm like,
around here, around where you live?
I go, yeah, this is right around where I live. I go, oh, they must have mistyped this because it says Jose. And like, no, that's how you spell it. I'm like, that's Jose then. Like now you say it Joe's around here.
Oh my God.
Okay. But anyways, so yeah, we went to Moraine State Park.
It's Marine.
Yeah, Moraine.
Moraine.
Moraine. But yeah, it was the first time we ever stayed in Illinois State Park, and it was really nice. We really liked it. And then
you never stayed in Rock Cut or anything?
Well, I'm sorry, like with our camper and everything like that.
Oh, right.
And really doing serious camping. And
glamping.
Then, kind of.
We live it up camper. It's a little bit of a glamp. Yeah, when you got a camper, you got a glamp.
It's a 10 on wheels, but still.
But it's got the air conditioning though, so it's still glamping. I'm not faulting you. I'll glamp down. I want a fucking 55-inch TV in my tent, with satellite broadcasting.
You know what people have been doing? They've been with the pop-ups. They'll drop a white sheet down on the opposite bunk and hook up their projector screen and have a movie night in the trailers.
That's the way to go.
If I find a cheap projector, I might have to go down that road. Dude, hook up to an old DVD player.
Whatever your budget is.
You found some.
Whatever your budget is, I'll tell you that the one I got is pretty decent for $200. It is $200. You can get them cheaper. If you're just looking to you're not looking for anything super quality, or you're gonna watch I don't know what you're gonna watch, but you're gonna pay for what you get. I mean, you're gonna tell there's a difference when on the cheaper ones, like the little $50-$60 ones. So you're gonna be like, shit, I should have spent like $50 more. You're like a little bit higher quality. Do your research. Really, that's what you do. Just
Oh, yeah, I always do. So.
whatever you do, just YouTube that shit because everybody has reviews on it. And some people will be like, "This is good," or "It sucks," or what I hate worse is like, you never know how to figure it out, whether they like it or not. They said for the money, it's good.
Yeah, for the money, it's good. I don't like
Well,
that.
yeah, dude. Like you
So
can
you're
say
saying
that
should
about
I
a lot
spend
of things,
$20 more for the other one, or $100 for another?
right? I mean, like, are you saying that if I did just go ahead and spend the money, that it'll kick its ass, or well, I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, but
it took me a long time, but I did find one. So, like, yeah, definitely do the research. But that's cool. Keep going.
yeah. So then, yeah, we did that one, and then we took 2 weeks off, 2 weekends off of camping, and we camped out in the front yard or whatever because we bought new mattress toppers and all that kind of stuff, and trying to see everything still works.
Super
And
fun.
then we went to Amana Colonies, Iowa, which is this little German settlement. Great food.
Wait, what's the name again?
Amana Colonies. It's over in Iowa. It's over by Iowa City.
Okay.
Excuse me. But so we're over there, and all of a sudden, strong winds come through. We're talking 40 to 50 mile an hour winds come through and beat the holy tar out of our tent or
Oh no.
our camper. Only broke a thing that I knew I was going to have to replace anyways. Just kind of up the process on me having to repair that.
Was it that thing that was it that little like crank thing with the bolt or whatever?
No, that I got all taken care of.
Oh, okay.
No, it was part of my ceiling at some point in time got some water damage, so just the wood's kind of rotting. Well, the wind kind of went and pushed up against it just right and popped it. Literally popped all the wood out, so it's like all gone now. I'm like, but I just did a quick repair until I'm ready to rip the whole thing off. But we're gonna go camping next weekend, and then probably 2 more times in October.
Record it, bro. Record some cool shit.
Oh, I will.
It'd be fun because I want to get that. Once I can save up enough for a drone, I'm gonna start doing that more of that stuff and doing like outdoorsy stuff. People love that. Love watching that shit. Like, people love
right now, pop up stuff. There's a lot of people popping up channels right now.
yeah. But yeah, definitely. If I had this a bulk amount of money, I'd probably do van life for a while.
I would love to do something like that, but yeah, we realized we're gonna work on this one, keep it for a couple of years, and then probably go smaller, hard side kind of camper. So, yeah,
it'd definitely be awesome to do.
We enjoy it. We have a blast doing it. So
the only thing is, it kind of freaked me out when I was watching somebody online. They were in like another country. Like they're traveling throughout like Europe and stuff, and in a Sprinter van, and they got robbed.
Oh,
like that would really really suck.
Yeah.
Or if you were in it and somebody was trying to mess with you, that I would not like at all.
No.
That's the only thing I was like, I'd be like, kind of lenient on. Like, man, I'm all out in the middle of nowhere by myself. Like, I'm gonna have a weapon for sure. I'm gonna probably buy a handgun and probably like a shotgun of some sort. But that'd be the only thing I'd be concerned about. Like somebody breaking in and stealing all your electric shit. Yeah, like I would definitely want to make like a buy a safe that was bolted to the floor, or I mean that's basically all you do. Yeah, I mean just get like one of those little like 1 foot by 1 foot saves, so that you can put your computer. If you're not traveling, or if you're not like actually filming anything, I mean you're gonna definitely want to put your computer in there. You're not gonna travel with your computer, taking like footage and stuff. But on
they must have really known that they had something in there for them to break in like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were that's what they do for their living is they vlog. So I mean, if they're in an area for long enough, they see these people bringing out these really nice DSLRs, and they have like everything taken from them. They have their phones stolen from them, everything.
Jeez,
and that's what's crazy too. They didn't even have their phones with them at the time. I don't remember. I don't know if they ran into like a gas station or something to go to the bathroom or what. I don't know. They didn't really go into the detail on what happened, but or for just safety wise, Buy those little tiny cameras. Maybe you fix them on the outsides, on the top.
Yeah.
I don't know how weatherproof those are.
I don't know. One thing I always like, though, is like with going camping like that, everybody kind of watches out for each other at the campsites. Like
The campsites, I don't think you have to worry about it.
No, we've never had a problem with anything ever happening. And it's kind of funny because that pops up on some of the groups that I'm part of, and they're like, other than the occasional teenager stealing a beer or a bottle of something, they say nothing ever goes missing.
That's why I would just leave. I just leave like a little box out and just saying, if you're a teenager, take one of these.
Yeah,
leave my shit alone. And then they open up like, sweet beer. It's like a Bud Light, cool Bud Lights in there.
Like, here's some PBR for you. Stay
Leave
away
me
from
alone.
my craft.
Yeah. See that? Campsites I wouldn't be worried about at all. Not at all.
No.
It's just when you're traveling like across country by yourself or with a significant other or something, be like,
yeah,
be a little worrisome. Because I mean, you got to figure out where you're gonna each time you drive, you got to figure out where am I parking. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be A, safe, B, legal. Like you're not gonna get like your freaking door knocked on by a cop saying you can't park here, or whatever. Or having something just break down. That'd be the worst part too. I'm not a super handy guy. I can usually diagnose problems. I mean, like car issues. I'm like, God, it sounds like it might be this or that, but I couldn't fix it if you asked me to. Like, I need help to do that. But then, like, if you are dealing with like solar panels and there's all kinds of electronic shit that goes into those things.
Well, that's one of the things I'm debating on doing right now is because I have to redo the entire ceiling. Like I have to pop the whole thing off, redo the ceiling, and recoat the outside. Excuse me. I'm actually trying to think about if I can find a solar panel strong enough to run a AC unit, because that's where we run into problems. Is whenever we throw the AC unit into the power, it trips it if we're not set up completely correct.
Really?
Because you go to campsites and you don't know if you're going to have a 30 amp, a 50 amp. You don't know what kind of setup you're going to have. So you've got all these different extensions and all this other kinds of stuff. And sometimes campsites, they don't have the greatest stuff. Like I kept on tripping one the other day or 2 weeks ago where it was, I wasn't running anything but my fans, but it kept on tripping their breaker box and I wasn't running anything like strong. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I just want to get a solar panel and not have to worry about that.
Yeah. You can probably find something. Just like,
oh yeah, I haven't done my research entirely too.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much what sizes they come in, and I always hear like the people that are van life in it and everything. They're like, oh, I got like 350 watts of solar power. Yeah. But I don't know what that means really. I don't know how that translates to.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's awesome that like that's definitely a bonus you'd want if you're going to do that kind of thing. Yeah. Because I mean, what else are you going to use the roof for? And a lot of times they have now, if you spend more, they have walkable solar panels, so you can step on them. You can you can keep them up on your roof, and you can still put shit on top of them. And if you needed like extra storage or something, not that you would really want to, but I mean, if you had to, yeah, like if you need to get to like the front part of it or something, the front part of the top of the van or something, maybe it'd just be easier going on the back. I don't know. And it just meant layouts. Layouts is a big deal. I don't know. I get claustrophobic easy, so I'd be real concerned about how things are and like narrow spots and how high the bed is from the roof and stuff like that.
I'm sure you've watched them before, but the YouTube videos, there's some really impressive stuff that people are doing out there with that stuff.
I think it'd be cool to have make your bed like a Murphy bed. Where it just kind of pops up. It just one swift thing, just lock into place, and it's gone. And then when you need it, it's ready to go.
We were looking at newer campers, and there's a lot of them that are starting to actually incorporate Murphy beds into their actual original build.
The high-end ones, or
not even the high-end ones. We're talking just like the 19-footer, lightweight. You're not going to pay more than $15,000 for them, kind of thing.
Oh, that's not bad, though. That's cool.
No, and I was kind of impressed, but it's annoying to have to keep on taking a Murphy bed up and down. Like if it's just like Melissa and I, and we were just the only ones in there, okay, that's fine. But the boys and their dog and everything else like that, that's not going to work.
No, depending on where they are too, because like I've seen somewhere they're like in the middle of the actual RV, where like before there's like two seats. and then or you just pull the grocery bag and it covers up the seeds,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just mostly for like, okay, it's sleeping time. But I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time, that's pretty simple. I mean, just lifting it up isn't that bad. It's
Yeah.
not like where you have to lower the table down, and then you got to get all the you got to find it's a puzzle piece of
Yeah.
the cushions you got to line up just right.
Yeah.
I would hate doing that. But doing that every day, I'm like, no, it's gonna be a bed for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what a couple that I follow. Their name is Kara and Nate. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They traveled across the world for like the last like 4 or 5 years. That's all they did for a living. Just they
Wow.
travel across the world. They I don't know if he's just a real smart guy, but he figured out a way where he can get a lot of his flying miles to pay for most of the trips and shit. They went over to like over 100 countries, and
Jeez.
so they're making a living off of their YouTube. Obviously, they're making money off of that. But yeah, they're young. They're like in their 30s maybe, and they were when COVID hit. They were in Singapore. And they were stuck there for like 2 months in
Oh,
Singapore.
jeez.
But they had the money to to stay there and everything. But that's unexpected. And then when they
Yeah.
got back, they're like, okay, well, we need to do. We can't travel as much because don't be traveling. So what can we do to like keep this this whole show going basically? So what they bought is they bought like a tripped out Mercedes Sprinter van that was already built, and so now they're just traveling. They're like it's kind of weird because we've never traveled our country that we're from,
Yeah.
and so now that's what they're doing.
And see, that was just kind of cool. Like going over to Amana Colonies, it's normally like a 3-hour drive by car, by car going on the highways and like that. Well, I can't go over 65 miles an hour with the camper. So I was like, screw this. We're going to take the back roads. So, do the avoid highways thing on the GPS. We saw a completely different thing. Like we go to the Amana Colonies, like we'd go like twice a year. And we've never gone this way before. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, actually. So from now on, that's what we'll do. I mean, if I have to take highway for a little while, I can, I can get up to 70, but I'm not going to do hours on end at 70 miles an hour because it'll just destroy my camper.
Right. If you have the time to just kind of cruise, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
They that dang couple, they've been in Colorado for like the last like month, and like it's kind of weird. They're from Nashville. They live in just outside of Nashville called Hendersonville, which is really weird. I didn't know that going into it. Yeah. And all of a sudden they're like, our hometown is Hendersonville, Tennessee. I'm like, holy shit, that's like an hour from me. So I'm like, that's so weird. And then so they drove from there all the way to Colorado because they knew somebody that they met like in another country that like sometimes they live out of all the states, and sometimes they have this house in Colorado that they stay in. Sometimes it's weird. They're crazy rich people. And so they said, hey, come out and you can stay at our like it's basically a Airbnb when they're not there. And then the place that they live in across the seas, they use that as an Airbnb. So they're probably just making tons of money off of their Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And then they can travel. They've got like 3 or 4 kids, adorable kids, and all very well behaved, which is nuts. Maybe it's just a matter of, I don't know, their lifestyle is just very free and very, I don't know. These are cute kids that you see on the show. It's just funny. Real down to earth people. But so they've been spending the whole time in Colorado lately, which is kind of weird that they've spent so much time in Colorado. But I don't know. She gets annoying a little bit after a while. Her voice gets kind of they kind of do too little.
I was actually talking to one of our guys outside of Denver the other day. That's one of our stores over there, and he lives 20 miles north of Denver, and he was like, "Yeah, it was kind of weird. This is Labor Day week," and he goes, "I go out Friday, power wash my deck off, take care of all my my grill and my table and everything like that, get ready for the weekend, have a good day on Saturday, Sunday because all the fires and everything going on." He goes, "Sunday." Had to go out there and basically blow all the ash off the back deck because it just looked like it snowed. And then on Monday, we had 9 inches of snow or however much he had there.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking to him on Tuesday. He's like, it's all gone already. He's like, it was still too hot. It's all gone. He goes, but it snowed. We had 9 inches and then it was gone by the next morning.
That's crazy, man.
That's
That needs
crazy.
to happen.
Well,
That needs to
that's
happen in California. Shit.
Well, he goes, it was 95 on Friday.
Oh my God.
95 on Friday, snowing Monday.
So on Monday. Yeah, I've got a buddy that lives in Chicago or Colorado too, and he posted a picture like of the after sun. He's like, "What fire?" And like it was literally like the day before. He was just like, "Well, it's starting to head in our way." Then the next day, what fire? It showed all the snow. It was hilarious. Like that's the kind of place I want to live in, where you got the threat of that, but then now here comes Mother Nature and just nope, we're gonna sprinkle some cold shit on it. No, stop it. California, you guys are fucked. You guys like some of those pictures look like you're like fucking looking at hell.
Oh yeah.
It's like, is this what it's gonna be like?
Yeah.
Hot.
Oh, yeah.
Because
all because somebody wanted to say it's a boy.
yeah, what Jesus. I don't want to get into that. That's stupid. Did you ever see that TikTok?
No.
There's a TikTok that was around. It might have been a YouTube before TikTok, but it was a gender reveal, and it was a it was all African American people around, and they were getting ready to like pop the balloons, or I don't know what they did. They like shot out the guns or whatever, and it shot out white. They're like, white, and they're like, there's like a dude over on the side like Jason or something. He's eating ice cream, a white dude. He's like, Jason, he's like, huh? And like he's like, the one girl's like, I knew she's traveling. I was laughing. They're like white.
So yeah,
oh, man.
I know you're a fan of TikTok. What are you gonna do?
They're not gonna shut it off. They talk about it. They're not gonna shut it off. They've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. When are they going to shut it off? What have they said when they're going to?
Supposedly it's going to be by the end of the month, I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That'd be kind of a bummer. I mean,
something else will pop up and take its place.
Yeah. If you think about it, TikTok has been around for a number of years.
Has
like, yeah, it was around for a long time, but nobody like was all about it. It was around the time when Vine was out and everything, so people were all about Vine. But I remember like coming out when I had shortly moved down here, and it was something where like it was like, hey, you can lip sync to your music, and then it'll sync it together, and it looks like you're singing the song. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of corny. But I messed with it for a couple of days, and I was like, whatever, this is not my thing. And so I just stopped doing it. But I didn't realize there's gonna be so many people like posting extra shit for it, so much stuff for it.
Yeah,
it's been quite an influential way to advertise, even like so I had even made up a couple little ads for the podcast, and I would, if they're gonna close it, then it suck, but it just isolating just like funny moments, and putting them into like a little 1 minute like spot for just advertising, because I mean it's just free advertising. Some people just be like, click the link below, blah, 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 blah. If you're into this kind of shit, hey, come follow us. It could be worth something, but now if they're shutting down, who knows? Because I'd heard about it a couple weeks ago, but I thought I just had never heard anything more about it.
No, yeah, it's done. Like they're pulling it. From I understand, people, because it's also another one that's popped up more recently. It's been used. It's one of the chat systems that people have been using is also getting taken down.
Now, are they saying why?
If you already have it, huh?
Are they saying why? Why are they taking it down?
TikTok and the chat thing?
Yeah.
Because of the fact that basically, since it's a Chinese app, if the Chinese government says, hey, we want everybody's information that you've been able to accumulate, then they have to give it over legally to the Chinese government. And so America is like, well, we don't really want all that information being given out to you guys. And in my mind, I'm like, most of the information's already out there. What's the big deal?
But why would your information be on that site, though?
I don't know. That's what I don't understand is why is it that TikTok has so much access to personal information that they're
the only thing I can think of is maybe the big creators that make them like a living off of it. That's under a certain page you have to like set up to be where you maybe you have to sign up like your account or something, like your PayPal or your Venmo or something.
I don't know.
That would be the only thing I could think of, because it's like just casual listeners or watchers, they never ask you for any kind of like information. So it's like, dude, I'm broke as hell, man. You want to steal my identity? Good luck.
Well,
Credit's already pretty shitty. Can't make much worse.
that's just one of the things that I always find interesting as I read more and more stuff is like basically all of our information's out there. Somebody wants to steal my identity, they can buy it for $25 if they wanted to on the internet. I'm like, there's nothing you can do to stop it. Is all you gotta do is make sure your little area where you actually have to have your money and all of your personal information doesn't go out into the ether, and you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, as long as like, I can imagine like, I don't know, having your personal account stuff anywhere. Like I have Venmo, I have like PayPal and Venmo, but like, I don't know how easy that would be to access my personal account.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, they've been fairly lax on a couple of the things that they've let on there. Have you heard about recently about the dude that the Facebook Live guy? It's disturbing. He was on Facebook Live, or it was like pretty late. Like it was, I don't know what time it was exactly. And he went on Facebook Live. I guess he's an ex vet, and just he was going through a real stressful time that day. And people are like, he's on Facebook Live, just kind of saying how I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to live anymore. And people were calling him like, well, they're like, dude, no, talk. If you need to talk to somebody, there's a lot of people saying like, hey, they're like through the feeds, like, call hotline, the suicide hotline, man. Don't take things into your own hands. People are calling. He answers like, "Oh, you want to talk now? You want to talk now? Okay, yeah, I see how it is." And so he'd hang up on him, and like he kept on getting phone calls, and you could barely see it until he grabbed it, but he's like, "Well, I can't remember what he exactly said. His final words." He pulled a shotgun up and blew his head off.
Oh my gosh!
This footage is still out there.
Oh, that's not good.
This is real. I snopes it last night just because I didn't want to talk about something that was like maybe got debunked. A lot of people were saying this might have been fake.
Yeah.
I don't know how you are on that kind of stuff, like real shit that happens in life. I don't see it as something that I shouldn't expose myself to. I see it as I don't know if it's a learning experience or if it's just a matter of educating myself on how fucked up the world can be, or how sad things can get for somebody that they want to do. And I want it. It's almost, you almost want to see the after effects of it, or the effects of what's going, whatever is leading him to do that, and almost to teach me that if I ever get in that situation,
how to get out of it.
Do something else. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't pull the trigger. And it was a shotgun. Like, I mean, it was bad, and it was all live. So like people were calling the cops. So like after he did it, it was like maybe like 5 minutes, and the cops like showed up. But I've never seen something so violent in my life. And like I said, I don't know how you. I don't look at it as like just kind of be a like. I gotta see how gross that looks. Blah, blah, blah. I just want to see it just to, so I don't know, it doesn't really affect me where I have nightmares or something like that, or I'm affected by it that way. But I watched it probably 2 or 3 times just to be like, I'm like, what did I just see? Yeah. No, and if that's something that I mean, I don't know if I can find the link anymore, but if it's something that you are like interested in, I'd send it to you. If not, fuck it. I know that's what I'm saying. Some people are just like, no, I don't need to see that.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you remember. Gosh, this is back when I was still living in Rockford, and I was living with Joe and Cass at the time. That reporter was over in the Middle East somewhere, and they videotaped him being beheaded.
I watched that. I was with you probably.
Okay, you probably watched it on Joe's computer.
Joe,
then.
yes, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that, I kind of vowed to myself, I know that this is out there, and I know that this extreme violence can be seen anywhere. I don't care to see it because it disturbed me.
That disturbed me more than this one with the guy for some reason. I don't know if
the
it's
guy didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that probably what it was. Because you know what? That happened to somebody just recently. The same situation, something very similar. It was a lady over in, I don't know where she was, but they had the video footage of it. And I'm just like, I don't want to, but there's something in me that wants to see it. That I'm like, not a sick, perversive way, but it's just a matter of I need to see it.
It's a curiosity. It's a straight up curiosity.
If it freaks me out, then so it does. But if it doesn't, then whatever. I need to educate myself on this. I watched it, and it was like that. And I remembered that exact moment. I was thinking about that today, about that exact time that we were over at Joe's place, your place too, and that did affect me more than this guy. But what's fucked up is people they could grab it. This is the messed up part. I read this just last night. They didn't take that video down for 2.5 hours.
Facebook didn't?
Facebook didn't. Ooh. A number of people called or notified it to get it taken off. 5 minutes after it happened, somebody sent something to Facebook, and they're like, we reviewed the video and it doesn't meet our requirements to remove it at this time. You didn't watch the whole thing, then, is what you're saying. You watched the first 5 minutes of it, because it was like, no, not even 5 minutes. It was like, it happened at like the 4.5 minute mark. So they probably watched a minute of it. And they're like, oh, this is guys just like, being depressed or whatever. Because you obviously didn't see the end result.
Yeah.
Because
they've done stuff a lot less than that.
So what that means is that's where all these other sites can grab it and screen grab it. TikTokers, it flooded TikTok for a while. I didn't know about it until I followed this one guy. He's real big on like kind of calling people out on stupid shit, and he's made quite a name for himself on TikTok, because he does a lot of duets where like they're just kind of how you and me are sitting here, and he'll play the video right next to him talking about how stupid this guy is or whatever, or how ridiculous people are being. And he played a video of these little girls, and the sister was showing her little sister on her phone that video of what happened, and you can just see in her eyes, just like you can see just something drop out of her face, just like, what did I just see, kind of thing.
Oh God!
And all the other girls are like, like being silly about it. And he's like, dude, this is the kind of shit we're having to deal with in this world. Like, people are getting desensitized by movies, and it's like, this is not cool. Like this, he's like, you can see that this is going to affect this little girl for a while. You can see it in her face, and sure, it's going to probably affect it. There's probably a number of things that you think about, like in your life, like, shit, maybe I should have done that. It's going to affect them a little differently. Like what we were talking about earlier with a video game, it might. I've never heard her say anything about it, but I don't. Maybe she's got a different like mindset on that stuff, which I hope so, because that would ruin her that way. But when it's something that she might hear about that is real, because we've always deciphered things between whatever, something scary like Halloween or whatever, like, oh, that's fake. Look, it's fake. It's a robber and blah blah blah. You realize it. You make it more real to them, saying, oh, it's a smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
But they see something like that, their brain can't handle it. They can't figure out whether that's real or not. Like, this is Facebook Live? Okay, that did not look like a movie.
So no, I didn't hear about that at all.
Man, dude. I feel sorry for his family, but he was I don't know the whole story, but he was just I know he was a retired vet and down on his luck, but and just nobody cared to do anything until it was too late. So it was real sad, but it was the goriest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like more so than any movie I've seen, and I've never.
Do you remember Faces of Death? Did you ever watch any of those?
No, but I like that. I always heard about it and it always creeped me out. And I never really did when I was younger. I didn't.
Yeah,
Nowadays, I probably would, but
yeah, I saw like 2 or 3 of them, and some of them are pulled from movies and stuff like that. But a lot of that's real stuff that's caught on footage. I was like, well, that's disturbing.
I've seen a couple where they were traffic accidents. You ever see those? Like disturbing traffic accidents where there's the half of the guy's face is just gone.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I've got a buddy that he was in Afghanistan, and he saw a guy get his head rolled over from a truck. Said it popped like a watermelon.
God.
That's gotta freak somebody. That's gotta mess you up, man. See it in person?
Yeah, you have no.
The dude, they're over in Afghanistan. It's like 180 degrees in the shade. Dude was sleep. A lot of people, what they do is they'll sleep under their trucks because it's the shade. The truck driver didn't realize somebody was sleeping under there. Just took off. The guy didn't wake up in time to move.
Jeez.
That messed up. Like, yep, I needed to talk to the doctor about that one. Because after traumatic results, they have to talk to people like the shrinks and stuff. So, oh man, yeah, jeez. So, way to totally down the whole.
Yeah. Well, I did do something this week. I don't know if I can do this.
There you go.
I got that.
That's awesome.
I'm happy with it.
What does it represent?
Well, actually, without being the corny, cheesy couple, Melissa and I wanted to get kind of like matching tattoos or tattoos for each other.
Yeah.
And came across that design, and then there's also the circle with the sun instead of, because mine's the moon and hers is a circle with waves and the sun on it.
That wave one is awesome. I like both of them. I'm more privy towards the wave because I
remember you saying something.
I want to get the gray waves, and that's very similar to that. It almost like a chunk of it from it, which is cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what we did. Tuesday is our late anniversary present and her birthday present. So.
What's cool about that though is you wanted to get 2 tattoos that you guys could share, but they weren't the exact same thing.
Right.
Because that's almost a kind of cornball.
Yeah. And I told her, I was like, if we're going to go cornball, we're going to go full cornball, full denim suits with pink flamingos on the back. I'm not going to do this halfway shit. Let's do it.
And I don't think it was corn. I don't think what you guys did was cornball at all.
No. I mean, if you see them separately, you're like, oh, that's cool. But if you see them together, like,
yeah, exactly. And then that's what's cool about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that'd be awesome. I would totally do that with I don't know, with anybody. I really want to get one. I've been dying to get one for freaking so long.
Lucas already says he wants to get one when he becomes of age, and we've talked about it, and we'll probably go get them together. We want to get the 45 insert, the little plastic insert.
Yeah,
we're gonna get those tattooed on us somewhere since we both.
There you go. And you can stylize those in different ways so they're not exactly the same, but they're very similar.
No, and I mean, the girl that I go to, I mean, she did this arm.
That's good.
And then she did this arm. She's done. Melissa and her mom went years ago to her and got otters in honor of her grandma.
Okay.
So they got otters on their ankles. So she went to her, and so we both have 2 tattoos by this girl, and she does really good lines and shading. So I'm like, I'm just gonna probably do my whole arm just all black and shading and just do it all.
Honestly, I think women are better at like those kind of tattoos, like those those realistic shaded. Like look at like Kat Von D shit. How realistic that stuff is. She's obviously top notch. But I mean, I've heard a lot of about women they're like, dude, she nails it with the fucking shadows and all that stuff, and that's what I would definitely want to look for. What I want to get, and Madison, she doesn't want me to get a tattoo. I don't know if I ever told you this. She doesn't care if other people have tattoos. She'll admire other people's tattoos, but mom and dad, no tattoos. Like, nope, you can't get a tattoo. And I think just recently, Gretchen has talked about getting a tattoo with Michaela, and so I think Madison signed off on that. She's like, I think that'll be okay. But then I'm saying, well, what about that old man? What about Dad? Nope, no tattoos for you. I'm like, what if I found one that like you liked and approved? And I showed her the one that I want. And she's kind of warmed to it a little bit, but still, I don't know. I'd have to get it. I think before she'd accept it. And then I found one. I think I nailed it. I was showing her. Did you ever see? This happened like a couple years ago. No, I think it might have been last year in 2019. Banksy, the street artist, he sold that as a lithograph of at Sotheby's. You ever see that?
Yeah, and then
The second he shredded out. I showed her that video, and she laughs her ass off. She thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. And then we started talking about Banksy and started talking about art. And I said, "Well, look at that picture. It was a little girl like raising for a heart balloon." I said, "What if I got that on my arm?" Well, that might be. I'm like, that's a really cool tattoo, isn't it? Especially it was like right on like my forearm right here, and in his style, like it was just like I want to make sure it looks just like his. Because I'm like, I've always wanted to have like a Banksy tattoo, but some of them are a little out there. I don't know. It'd be a little extreme to get.
It'd be kind of hard to do some of his stuff.
But the heart one would be awesome.
This is the girl that we go to. This is one of her early works. I mean, this is from. Oh, never mind. This isn't an early one. I mean, this is this kind of stuff that she does. It's not going to show up, is it?
It's getting there. It's a little bright. Maybe. Oh man, I kind of see. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
It's a little bright. The screen's kind of bright, but yeah, I can see it like a diced up heart. That was crazy.
Yeah, she's really good when it comes to the flat lines and everything like that, and the shading, and that's what we're just going to keep on doing.
I worked when I worked my last job. There was a guy there. He was a tattoo artist, but like something rubbed me the wrong way with that guy. I don't know what it was, but he had an ex-girlfriend that worked there too, and she was basically like, she said you can put whatever tattoo you want on me. I'll be your like portfolio. And so she's got a lot of tattoos by him, and then a lot of them are pretty good. They're more traditional American, with like anchors and like daggers and like that kind of with hearts and stuff like that. He does a really good job, but I don't know how clean he is. I just don't know how clean he'd be. And she said like she talked about like she's like he'll come to your house. I'm just like, I don't want somebody to come to my house. And that's like, I don't know how clean my shit is, let alone like going to a place where that they're supposed to sterilize it, in between every person and all that, and they use brand new sterilized, utensils every time. And I'm like that, and she's like, no, he does. He has like all that. He has just all the equipment. He has all the sterilized stuff. He just he makes it easier just going to like a tattoo party or something. And I'm just like, I don't know about tattoo party. I feel weird about it. I feel really weird about it.
We have more of an acquaintance for you, but we have a mutual friend that was at a tattoo party, and when he got his arm done, for one, the guy was so hammered that he barely even keep the needle straight while he was tattooing people. It looked horrible, absolutely horrible, and he had to go on antibiotics. He thinks it was because he didn't take care of it enough. I was like, dude, you're at a tattoo party. You can't sterilize and switch that stuff out fast enough. Like you got something.
Especially just you're in a non-sterile environment.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I said, this guy was so slow. He's sitting there drinking beers and taking shots while he's tattooing people's arms and their bodies. I'm like, no.
No thanks. Yeah.
And I'll tell you this too. I mean, I saw it on her thing. She was first place 2019 best new artist. Like she was in the Peoria area, and Melissa got her done before that, and that's why she kind of like will see us. But you pay a little bit more for her, but it's worth it. Like, if you're ever gonna get tattooed, do your research on who you're going to, because some of these guys, I can do that for $350. I can do it for $250, and they should have charged you $100. And like her, she charges us, and I'm like, you said like twice as much as what she could be charging us, what she does.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what I don't know. I mean, like, that's what I'm just like, I don't know what, like that wave or that Banksy artwork. I don't know what that'll cost.
right. And that's what you do. You just you've got to do your research with your people, because I mean, depending on where you're at, it can be different. Like what I'd pay down there at in Nashville would be different than what you'd pay up here.
Yeah, I bet Nashville's like overblown,
probably
out of the world. We've talked with a couple of people that have gotten some good work done by locally in my town in Murfreesboro. That they're hard unless you can like drop somebody's name. They're hard to get. They're so busy. They're hard to get into.
Yeah.
But I've got a buddy that I could call, and he gets all his work done. And his shit's awesome looking. He has like a whole sleeve, and he had all done it at different times. But he's got like this weird like part of his arm looks like it's like almost like a mechanical like
oh cool
Android type thing, little like bolted on metal parts, and then there's the other side is like Superman, like, but it's like really good, well done. Not like the Superman, like the face work isn't like from a comic. It's just like a very generic looking Superman. Probably I don't know exactly why. Maybe just wanted to make it his own kind of. I mean, it's you see it and you're like, okay, that's Superman, but it's not like they use.
You can't pinpoint like, oh, that's
that's that's so and so's Superman or whatever. It's not like that. But he's got all these cool little like space, like I don't know, man. If I can find some pictures of it, I'll send them out to you. But he gets a lot of good work done. And then it got me thinking. I'm like, do I want it only black and white, or would I prefer to have a little bit of color? Like with that Banksy one, the heart's got to be red. I mean, that's just what it's got to be. You're gonna repeat like what his work was. The heart's red. Everything else is black, but like the heart's red. So there's your color. But then with the waves, I'm wondering if it, like incorporating a little blue into it or something, like some like shadows.
You can, blue. And that's just the other thing.
Cool. Something real subtle.
That's just it. I mean, you got to look at the different colors too. Like I don't know if I can pull it up, see it enough. This arm, you can see there's black and blue.
Yeah.
Well, that blue. Trust me, 20 years ago, that popped. Not anymore.
You have that girl touch it up, or
that one. I'm
vamp it up into something else.
I don't know what I want to do with that one. I think that one, honestly, I'm gonna have to tell her. That might be one of those ones where I want you to take a picture of this. You do what you want to do with it.
Yeah, they love that shit.
Have
too,
fun. But... Open canvas. Have fun with it. I want you fix this.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'd really like to have her just say, I'd love to go to her and just say, here's this part of the, like my back of my leg or, this part of the arm or whatever. Do what you want. Have fun with it. But I got to get a few more from her before I let her do that.
Yeah. That could be interesting. But I'd like to have don't just start doing it. Let me see what your thoughts are.
Oh yeah, no. I'd be like, draw something up before we do it.
Like, oh well, she put Satan on my arm.
yeah. I don't want two Satan skulls having sex while holding on to a dog or something,
Satan's fucking Hitler while. Like wow, that totally backfired on me. Oh, shit. That's funny.
Or be like in 10 Things I Hate About You. Yeah, I want to. You can go ahead and tattoo. I have a dick on my face, don't I? I have a dick on my face.
I don't remember that, but that's really funny.
Oh, that's that movie.
The Hangover 2, though. That's the. I know Mike Tyson at the end of that movie when because like the dude Ed Helms has a tattoo, and he's like, "You gotta remove that fucking tattoo." Have you ever seen that part?
No,
it was right at the end. Mike Tyson is so mad that he has that tattoo.
I barely remember Hangover 2.
Oh my gosh. I recently rewatched it because I was the same way. I barely remembered it. It's like, you gotta get rid of that fucking tattoo. I was laughing my ass off. He's gonna fight. You said he's gonna fight. Floyd, oh shit!
Well, Floyd Mayweather's fighting that.
Yeah. No. What? Really?
The YouTube guy?
Yeah. Jake Paul or what? What's the other one?
Is that what? I don't know.
Not Jake. It's a brother.
It's the one that he did the whole about the murder forest and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What is his name?
He's a boxer now.
Yeah. He's
Not
gonna get
good.
his ass handed. He's gonna get his ass handed.
Yeah.
Well, like,
are you kidding me? He's
who was
gonna
wanting to
slaughter him.
Somebody wanted to box him. Oh, I don't know if they were still going to or not, but he's a ex-basketball player, Nick.
I have no idea.
Damn, he played for the Bulls for a little bit. He's a real short guy, but like he was like one of the short dudes that could like dunk like a mofo. But he's got to box him too. It's not Jake Paul, the other one. I can never think of the other dude's name. Who did you say you said? Aaron Paul?
Is it Aaron Paul or Paul Aaron or something like that? Or
the last name is Paul.
Okay. Well, it's the one that got banned from YouTube because of his comments about the murder force and all that kind of stuff, or suicide force or whatever it is.
Jake Paul is the younger one.
That maybe.
Wait a second.
I don't know.
This is Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. So maybe Jake Paul. So his younger brother is a boxer too.
Huh. I don't know, I just saw it pop up on Facebook where his Floyd Mayweather stats and then the Paul kid stats, and it was just like, really?
Logan Paul.
It's like, you really want to go through with this? Like, he's going to slaughter you.
He's going to get trounced. If Conor McGregor didn't like, he did fairly well.
Yeah.
But if a professional fighter didn't really touch him much, this dude isn't gonna do jack shit, man. He's just doing it for the check. But I heard that Conor was gonna fight Oscar De La Hoya. That might be kind of fun.
Wow,
that'd be fun to watch. I think that was a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but that was a rumor. So Jake Paul is fighting Nate Robinson. That's the basketball player I was talking about. And then, dude, they're all boxing now. And then
because I got banned from YouTube.
Who is Tyson? Yeah, right. They're still freaking billionaires.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God dang it! What was it? Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. He was at one time he was pound for pound the best boxer in the world. When he was out, like this is before like Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
This is back in like the 90s, and he was a badass motherfucker.
Tyson's got to be in his 60s.
He's old fuck.
60s.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good Lord, how's he gonna box?
Dude, have you seen footage of him?
No.
Training? Oh my God, he looked like a murderer. You're like,
oh God.
Can't really say there, but no, he looked like a bad mama like back in the day, dude. I'm not joking. He is in top-notch health. Holy cow, man. I'll have to send you some shit because they showed he's 54.
Okay.
Dude, they showed him training and he looked like it was back in the heyday. Like his like he's not quite as fast, but he's still freaking fast. He'll knock just about anybody out.
Oh, I'm not saying I want to go toe-to-toe against the man, but 56 years old, that's going to take a toll on your body doing that. I don't care how good shape you are.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Man.
Whew. Did you ever watch, it's on Netflix now, it's called Kingdom. It's about the MMA.
I've been wanting to. I've seen it. I've seen it, but I haven't watched it.
It's good. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
like,
I'm watching Cobra Kai right now.
Dude, I finished it. I'm caught up on that. I love that show.
I'm almost done with season 2.
Before I watched it, I watched Karate Kid, the first one.
Oh, did you?
I didn't watch the second one. I should have probably, but maybe not.
The second one doesn't seem to play too much into the show. Now it seems I know they bring up the third one where he's part of the Kai.
Yeah. How far are you?
I just watched the episode where the friend
first season?
Cancer. Second season. Where Johnny's friend has cancer. And they all go out to the bar and they go on
right.
I just finished that episode.
Okay. Why isn't this working? Dude, I don't know why this isn't working. I can't like make it. I'm trying to make it like, you know, trying to find some of the Tyson stuff I was talking about. Yeah, I'm balls deep in Cobra Kai. That's pretty good. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Oh yeah, don't, because like I said, I'm almost done with season 2.
We'll have to talk more when you're done with season 2. Then I don't know how well this is going to translate. That's just a couple months ago. That's no fucking joke, bro.
Man,
that's no. Look at it. Perfect. He's in great shape. He's almost in better shape now than he was then. And with just his skill, oh my god, those quick hooks! You see how fast the hooks were? Undercut hook into murder. Oh man, I hope, man, that would be awesome if you could get a freaking go up against Floyd Mayweather, man. That'd be freaking rad. Trounce that little bitch ass. I hate that dude. I'll fight him. I'm calling him out right now.
That's how we get our views.
But one hit. Oh my god. I'm not even going to train for it.
It's okay. If he knocks you out, I'll defend your honor.
I just want to paycheck, yo. How much am I making? How many zeros? Oh, okay, cool.
So you're saying if I fall down, I get paid that much? Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, I thought you were going to spit take. I played that. I think I should tell you that too. Played that little scene from Madison. I can't wait for it to be an age where we can watch old school, like when she's like in high school. When she's like in high school or something, like a junior or something. Like, okay, you're gonna get educated in a lot of funny movies now. Because like that one little spot, she just laughs her ass off, falls, knocks over all the toys, just falls right in there. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh shit. Have you ever heard of the dude Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast? A weird ass name. I don't really know where he got the name from. I've mentioned him a couple times. He is a badass man. He's on YouTube and he makes a lot of money off of like helping people out, basically.
Okay.
And one of the videos he did, which was insane, he goes out and he might have done it before a couple times. I just recently started watching him this last year, but Madison watched him a little bit before. She might have known if he'd done this before or not. But he has a credit card that is unlimited, and it has no limit to it. Do I have to say it again? Unlimited. No balance. And he'll go out to like Home Depot, film crew. He's got a couple guys, filming him, whatever. And he's young too. He's like, I don't even think he's 30. Jeez. And he'll go up to a couple and be like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Like, what are you looking for?" No, we gotta get like a fridge or whatever. He's like, "Well, I'm gonna do this. Take my card, fill up your cart with whatever you need." He said, "There's a limit on this." He tells them that there's a limit. There's no limit. He said, "I'm not gonna tell you what the limit is, but if you guys grab all the stuff and you are under the limit, then you walk out and it's all paid for by me today. If you're over the limit, then you have to put it all back." So they're walking around the store, so that way they're not like thinking, "I can just get whatever the fuck I want." Yeah. They think there's a limit. So they're just walking around like, "Shit, what should we do? We need a new refrigerator. This is the X amount." They're doing all the math, like, what do you think it is? Like 1,000, 2,000, gets up to the thing they're ringing in. It's like it's coming into like 2,900 and whatever, and they're like getting pretty close, and then it goes over like a certain number, and we're like, "Yeah, it's over like 3,000. You sure? Do you think this is it?" They're like, "I don't know. Maybe take this off or whatever." and he's done it in a couple different places. He'll fuck around and do it at like a game store too. So like people will like he'll put a little square taped on the ground and said anything you could fit in the square that even like stacking, I'll pay for it today, as long as it doesn't go over a certain limit. So
Jeez.
like you get people stacking shit on there and they're trying to balance it.
Heck yeah.
And so he's like, okay, we'll go ahead and swipe the card. And so they swipe the card and they're like, approved. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe, thank you so much. And this is, oh my God, it's making my whole life, He's done that a bunch of times. He's bought cars for his people that he works with, like Teslas and shit.
Nice.
He had a thing where they had a Tesla Model 3, and 4 of his friends, they sat in the car, and the last person to leave got the car. It didn't matter how long it took. You can never leave. You can't leave to go to the bathroom. You have to stay in the car.
Instead of the standing and keeping your hand on the car, you have to just stay.
He's done that too. He did that with a Lamborghini, and it was hilarious.
What does this guy do?
Dude, I'm telling you, YouTube. This is where I'm getting at. He just got his 40 millionth subscriber. 40 million.
Have we broken 20 yet?
20 million?
No,
no, we haven't had 20 million. No, we haven't passed 20 yet.
Are we out of the teens?
Not yet. I don't even know if we're in the teens.
Wait a minute. There's at least 3.
Well, yeah, there's like, I think last time I checked, there's like 12. Why can't people just take a second out of their damn day? Just go to YouTube and just hit notify, I don't care, or subscribe and notify. That's all you gotta do. It's like seconds out of your life. I do it. If somebody asked me to do it personally, I'd say, yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Bastards. That's all right. We still love you. So he had a thing leading up to the 40th though, because like they're like, we're getting really close, but we're not really sure. It's gonna happen over the weekend. We assume this weekend. And so I think it was like earlier in the week, he said, he does a lot of things like if this post gets like, 100,000 likes, and I'll go buy this guy's a car, or I'll go do this or that or whatever, something crazy. This one was it. We have these 40 million subscriber T-shirts, and we're gonna open up the to where you guys can buy it. I'll sign every single one for everyone that you guys sign. You guys are going to buy a couple hundred, so it's not going to do that big a deal. Mm-hmm. They sold 60,000 of them, and he's like, "Well, I guess they better get started." They had all of them. They sold so many shirts that they weren't even all printed yet. They just had the blank shirt. They had a lot of them printed, so he was signing blank shirts that are going to get printed like after he signs them. And they had to show this huge fucking square in a warehouse full of shirts. And he's like, this is all the shirts. It was almost 60,000 T-shirts.
How do you sign that much?
Dude, he did it over I think it was like 7 or 8 days. They time lapsed it and everything, and he said my hand and his wrist and his shoulder were dying. He just had MB. This is MB. But like he's like,
my God, still.
Yeah, it was awesome because like he posted a video and said why I haven't posted anything in the last couple of days, and he's just like looking at the screen. I'll send you a LinkedIn. He's a funny fucking dude. Like he's not super funny, but the shit that he does for people is awesome. And so he's like I'm taking this money. Any of the money that he makes off of merch goes directly into making cool videos. He said 100% of what I make off the shirts or any merch goes into the production of other stuff. It goes towards paying for shit, whatever, products that they have to buy or whatever. He does get sponsored every once in a while, but he's making money off of like merch and probably just subs and everything. I'm assuming. Like I don't know how much you make off of 40 million subs, but when you're getting like 20 million views per video or something, it's like, geez, you got to be making millions.
Yeah.
Easily. So he's like, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do for the thing. We've already started like prepping for it, and we're going to film it like probably in the next day or so. And this is last week. They dropped it today, and I think I caught it within like just an hour or something. I was like, sweet, he just dropped this. the 40 millionth viewer, you can go and find out the most recent people. He ended up finding out who the 40 millionth subscriber was, the one that made the 40 millionth. They tracked him down. They actually contacted him on through email or whatever, saying, "Hey, we want to talk to you. You're part of the 40 million or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker bought this 40 million customer or 40 million subscriber 40 cars.
What are you doing with 40 cars?
40 cars. They brought him on these haulers. They had like 3 or 4 of these haulers. They had to drive 10 hours to get to the guy. And because they're in LA or whatever, they had to drive like middle of the country somewhere. And so they unloaded them all and didn't like show him what they didn't have. He had no idea what was going on. They just said, "Hey, thank you for being 40 millionth. We want to like congratulate you and by doing this." So he comes out and he sees all this like a sea of cars, used cars. Some were new, some were kind of on the rough side. Because there was another video that went a little further back saying that he bought a used car lot, but I didn't watch that one. He's like, "I bought a used car lot," so he's probably just like getting rid of some of those. But so what he ended up doing was he said, "I've got this Tesla Model 3 sitting here, custom graphics that says like 40 million subscribers and everything, just like the t-shirt, whatever the t-shirt looked like." He's like, "If you can give away these 40 cars in 24 hours, that car is yours."
You pulled a Brewster's Millions.
Yeah, pretty much. And so he's like, "Oh my gosh." He's like, "Get on the phone. You got 24 hours. It starts now." So he's like, "Well, I'm gonna, just have my mom and dad come out and pick a car." His dad picked like a Jeep Grand Cherokee. His mom, there's a Porsche Boxster in there. His mom's like, "Can I have the Porsche?" And she's like, "They're like, yeah, oh thanks." And so they drive off the car and they're like, "Who else?" "Okay, I've got a younger brother. Can you drive?" No. I'm like, "There's no law to giving a car to somebody underage driving." Is there? And they're like, "I don't think so." And so he's like, drive. I was like, "Get in the passenger. We'll drive off." So they had to get rid of the car, There was like dune buggies. There were some pretty shitty cars in there too. But there's some real fucking nice cars, like nice Nissans and Toyotas, and there was a row in the back that were all covered of cars that they're like, these are like the ones you have to like sell last. He's like, these are going to be a little harder to sell. They're not in greatest shape, but maybe they're not sell but give away. And so, but some dude, he went up and he's like, they had a Toyota RAV4 that the guys, his guys were driving around and beating the shit out of all day. Like the roof was all bent in and everything, and like pieces were falling off it. And the guy's like, the guy that took that one, he's like, "If you take this one, there's a little added bonus in the trunk." And so he opens up. There's a briefcase full of $5,000. He's like, just because this one's totally trashed. He did that for like 2 or 3 different cars. Because they're just like, one of them didn't start. He's like, "Yeah, one didn't start. That's why you have the money in the back, man." He's like, "Go buy another car." Some girl, she bought this old school like 70s or 80s pickup truck, but it's one of those real long ones that had the full size 4 doors on, the big like farming trucks. But there is all different colored, like there is pieced together. The bed was filled with like all kinds of gaming gear and shit, like PS4s and stuff like that, to like make up for it. And she drove that off. She's like, "I like this truck." She's like some like country girl. And so he ended up, what was it? He got down to 1, and it was like, I guess one of his coworkers like had a real shitty car, and so he's like, "I really feel bad for him having this car. I want to give him another car." And there's another video. And so they went and got him a car, and they took apart his car and rebuilt it in his office. Like, they took out like panels and stuff and made it look like a real car in the office. And so when he came into work that day, he's just like, "Why is my car in my office?" They're like, "Oh, we got you a new car," And so they went and got him a new car. I guess he ended up selling it or something, and got a different car. So he's like, "No, dude, we bought you a car. You gotta keep it." So they took his car he just got, and they put it in this thing to give it away. He's like, "I just got that car." And they're like, "No, we're gonna go out and get you another car, but you have to keep it."
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so hilarious. So like I ended up getting the car, the Tesla. I was shocked. He gave one a couple were real touching. Like there's this one dude that his dad that worked for his dad that hadn't had a car in like a year or two, and like they just went up to, hey man, like I heard you don't have a car. No, yeah, no. Like I got one for you right here, and it was like a pretty nice Camry. He's like, are you serious? He's like, no, you're not giving me cars. Another guy, one of his friends, the kid's friends, dad was like, "What's the hang up? This game, he's not just giving away cars. What's the what's the scheme here?" And they go to start the car, but when starting, oh, okay, there you go. And they're like, "No, it's just out of gas." They're like, you never knew a car would run with gas, so they filled up with gas. And they just drove off. They there's no like scam. We're just giving away cars. Dad was probably like, "Oh man, that's awesome."
I need to find somebody who does that.
Oh man,
We're looking
wouldn't
at
it be awesome?
Oh, God. I'm helping my boss look at cars for his son, and away for, in about a year or so, I'm to start looking for Lucas for a car.
Yeah.
You can't find, like, when we were younger, $4,000 would buy you a car that's like 60,000 miles, maybe 10 years old.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I found a 2001 Honda Civic with like 72,000 miles on it. Still $8,000. I'm like,
Civics are, man, they're crazy.
I mean, I know they run forever, but God,
they held their value so much, it's nuts.
Yeah.
You imagine if you were that guy that had to find 40 people? I mean, could you find 40 people that would?
Yes.
I think I probably could. I mean, being in like where I live, it'd be a little harder. I'd be like, okay, we need it, like people, because people back home, I'd be like, hey,
yeah,
you get your ass down here any way you can. I'm gonna change your life for a little bit. Because you give one to mom and you give one to. I was thinking about it. I could go through like probably at least like 15 pretty quick. Give one to like Connor and Rylan, Michaela and Madison. And then like my nieces and nephew, just give them one too. And then have them choose what they like. My brother, he doesn't. He's got enough cars. He would take it just probably to help me out, and then he'd probably just go sell it. There'd be no point to him. Like he doesn't need it because he's got plenty of money. He's got a car that's a beautiful car. It just sits in his garage. He doesn't want to drive it that much. We got a Honda S2000, a little convertible. They had. He got one of those like in perfect shape. He bought it for like an old guy because he works at the dealership still, and so like he never drives it. just it's collecting dust.
I can understand that to a certain extent, but like collecting a car and keeping it in the garage and hardly ever driving it. Get it out.
It depends on the value.
That's what it's made for.
Yeah, it really depends on the value of the car. That car is like, sure, it probably retains its value from keeping it nice, but it's never going to be like a Ferrari. It's never going to be like if you get like an old Ferrari, you're not going to keep that boxed up. You're not like a nice Honda. You just drive the shit out of that thing, man. Enjoy it. I feel that way about shoes in a certain respect because like some people like they have like these super expensive shoes, but that's ridiculous. But I mean, then they have some shoes that you buy if you can buy them for retail, and they may be more valuable in the resale market, but it didn't cost you $1,000 to do them, so just wear them. Then piss people off almost when you get them all scuffed up and dirty because they're your everyday wears. They're like, holy crap. Because I just saw some on Instagram. There's like a really expensive shoe, and they showed like a worn out version of it, and then like a pristine version of it. And they're like, how would you rather wear the shoe, worn out or like in good shape? I was just thinking, I'm like, the worn out one looks so much cooler, Like it's an expensive ass shoe, and so somebody was rich enough to wear. They're like, I don't give a shit how much it costs. So yeah, that Mr. Beast guy, man, that guy is so cool. He just, I would love to be able to do that and just to get it on film and stuff like that, and just bless people like that because there's like so many people that need shit like that to be done to them. It'd just be fun to like totally shock somebody and they had no idea what was going on.
No.
We're gonna have to do that video thing another night, huh?
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's about time for me.
Yeah, it's
I got
pretty late.
I got the toddler that's gonna wake me up at 7:00 in the morning.
Yahoo! I'm trying to think of anything else real quick. Man, I don't even think we haven't covered it because it's been a while. Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that we have not been able to cover. Have you ever seen the movie Midsummer?
No.
Crazy movie.
Really?
Have you seen the movie Hereditary?
No.
Crazy fucking movie. They're both they're not related, but like they're done by the same dude. So they're
Okay.
they're kind of like they have a lot of similarities. Fucking crazy ass movie. They're both on
Prime.
Yeah.
I just pulled it up.
Watch some Midsummer and like just I don't know. It's such a weird movie. It creeps me the hell out.
Right. I've seen the preview to that.
It's creepy as hell, but it's almost worth a watch. It's one of those things where I'm trying to acclimate myself into like those weird ass scary movies more.
Yeah.
And that one's a weirdo. The weird one, the Hereditary one, is really weird too. It's where they have like almost a haunted house kind of thing. A weird haunted house. And then Insidious. You said you're not a big horror fan in the first place. You might have heard of that one. Insidious.
I've heard of them. I never get to see horror scary movies anymore.
No. Insidious, I recently watched that, and that was a lot of weird, creepy moments too, man. It's like, damn, this is crazy fucking. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna change me in any way. People always say like, "Oh, don't watch horror movies; it's gonna change you as a person. You're gonna be, whatever."
Nah. All right. Well,
real quick before we do cut out, the next record store day is like next week. I think.
Is it already?
I thought it was like or it might be the last week of September, 28th. So that's 2 weeks still.
Let's take a look here. September 26th.
Okay. So we'll have to cover that and see next time and see if there's anything worth.
The only thing was the Billie Eilish one. Was the only one that I was carried.
Did you get it?
No.
I wonder if you still can. I bet. Like we went to your place. I bet they still have them.
Probably.
They made like 7,000 of them, I think.
Huh.
Which is kind of a lot. I think the next one, I might be wrong, but I think Lou told me this. He said it was coming out soon. I think I heard it was for Record Store Day. It was they're gonna come out with Program Unplugged, which would be sweet on vinyl. They did it back in like 91. 91, 92.
I thought that just came out.
Really?
I thought. What Unplugged did I buy? Huh. I'll have to see which one I bought not that long ago.
Well, they had one. They had a live one from like a Record Store Day.
Right, but I could have sworn
And they had the
I had another MTV Unplugged one recently.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to see.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I just didn't know when it was coming out.
Yeah, I just pulled up how you can look at it just on the 26th. It'll be interesting to see what else coming out.
Dude, there's this program record that they I watched the guy's video on it. It's crazy. He's going for crazy money. It's there live at Ben Royal Hall. They did it was for a benefit. It was a benefit concert they did back in like it was early 2000s, I think. 2005, I think. They released it on like this real special edition where it had like a hardbound like cover to it. It looked like almost like an old like photo album type thing, and all it had was like the name printed off like embossed into it, like a leather bound like book kind of thing.
Okay.
That when it came out, they were only like $35, but they sold out quick. I think you could only get them on the fan club site. That now is going on Discogs for $2,000.
Jeez.
This guy I follow on YouTube, he talks all about vinyl stuff. He said, I think in Pearl Jam's, I was intrigued because I think Pearl Jam's one of his favorite bands to collect for, because I always see like little things that show up that says Pearl Jam in the title or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, this guy must like Pearl Jam a lot. He ended up looking for this album. He said, and the title was, "I paid $1,200 for a record," and like it was like, I can't believe it. He found somebody that was selling that record and they're only selling for $12,000. Not $12,000. I'm sorry, $1,200. Yeah, that's ridiculous. $1,200. And he's like, this seems too good to be true. This is like, something must be wrong with it. It's broken or it's faked or whatever. He's like, I don't know if they faked this, if they fake records. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Do they really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so,
especially with Discogs.
Really? Yeah, that's crazy. So he ended up getting a hold of the guy who was selling it. I don't remember what the first name was. Last name was Cameron. His father is Matt Cameron, the drummer.
Oh.
So not only was it coming from the source, it was also signed by the band too.
For $1,200.
Yeah, for $1,200. He's like, now you're gonna see how he couldn't pass this up. He's like, I had to pull the trigger on this instantly. It was like I didn't really want to spend the money, but I was like, I do it. I will never see this again. It was like Ron Cameron or something. It was like, I don't remember what it was. He ended up coming to find out that he's like, man, that Cameron. And he looked up like the siblings or whatever, who his children or something. Sure enough, this kid's name came up, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is insane." So that concert's awesome. Right after it, I went on like Spotify and listened to the concert. I'm like,
there's a reason why it's as good as it is, or
yeah. It was definitely it was an acoustic set. A lot of people, it was a lot of lesser known stuff. Like there was a lot of B-sides. And I think that's what kind of like it was more of a hardcore fans type, concert to go to.
That's always good.
And so they didn't play very many of the hits. I can't even think of the list now. That I don't think there was anything from 10. There might have been something, but I would think. But I don't even think they played like Jeremy or anything. Jeremy. But yeah, so that was crazy. Was there anything good? You're looking at the list.
Yeah, just little things here and there. Like Melissa really likes Brandy Carlisle. I like the Dead South. They're coming out with a 7-inch. It's got a couple covers on it. The Batman and Robin vinyl, the soundtrack.
That was just forever.
One of those movies were horrible, but that's the one that the Smashing Pumpkins, the end is the beginning is the end.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that song, but that's a really good song.
Yeah, that's a good song. I wish it's out there somewhere. I want to get the Forever soundtrack though. Batman Forever. That has a U2 on it, Flaming Lips.
Yep. That's a good soundtrack. I remember listening to that a lot.
Hell yeah, they had a lot of good bands on there.
Ooh, Hacker's original soundtrack. That's a good soundtrack.
I thought they came out last time. Maybe that was just on a big list I saw that showed everything on there. They have a Good Luck Finding It, but the same dude, I think, that had that program record. Some dude came out with Goldeneye, the soundtrack to Goldeneye, then 64, all the music to that, but it's all orchestrated. So it wasn't just like done in like digital music.
How did that happen?
And I know, that's what I'm saying. And like I think you might be able to find it on the regular version, but the real rare version, it was it's crazy. It's blood spattered on the outside, and then the inside of it, the inside portion of it is filled with liquid. Like it looks like blood.
So like the liquid filled Third Man record.
Yes, or the yeah, that one's awesome. I wish good luck finding that cheap.
Yeah.
Or the Flaming. You ever hear about the Flaming Lips one? That actually had the real blood in it.
No.
Yeah, it was. What album was it? It was a compilation album where it had like Kesha on it, and it had a bunch of people. and they all like donated like some of their blood to go in. They only made 10 copies. They hermetically sealed them in the cases. It was a real record you could play if you ever pull it out, but they recommended that you keep it refrigerated forever because it's just gonna coagulate. But it was like actually, actually their blood. It's fucking creepy as shit. But the one guy, there's one guy that had like 2 copies of it for some reason because like he ended up just luckily, I think they sold them for like $2,500, something ridiculous. And they're all it was all the benefit of like some kind of like charity or something. But yeah, it had like bits of Kesha's blood, Flaming Lips guys. There's a couple other people that they go through and talk about. And then the Wayne Cohen guy, he also had like a thing. He had a couple vials of blood. I saw this video where they were at like a screen printing process. You ever seen those things where like the screen comes down for screen printing shirts and shit?
Yeah.
They use his blood to screen print some posters. And so like, he splattered his blood and then it's just this red, and then like he had like a little couple blood splatters on it and put on there. It was like some limited edition poster they were doing. I'm like, that's fucked up, man. I don't know if I want like
I don't know if I want that. I mean,
blood on that shit.
Each their own, but that's not my cup of tea.
No, and having that record, it's like it sits in your refrigerator the whole. Like, why did you really want it? Like, just go ahead and sell it. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what was kind of gross, but that. At least the James Bond one, that was like they said that this is just liquid; it's not actual blood, so you don't have to worry about that. But it looks kick ass, and then the liquid filled vinyl for Third Man is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right, man.
I appreciate you guys listening, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, come and check us out and check out our other videos, and let's have a good time. Next time we'll try to get Chris in that. We have we've already got it ready, and maybe you guys can throw it out in the comments. Some of your favorite videos. We want to do like our top 5 favorite videos of of our music videos. Yeah, excuse me, music videos. So there's a lot of cool ones, and so it's going to be real hard to narrow down. There's a lot of where I could have just said, okay, this entire band's collection it could be as a one piece, and it'd be like an art exhibit or something. I don't know. But we're gonna have some fun with that, and hopefully, I think Chris is gonna get on that one. That's why we're gonna do it this episode. We decided to push it, so. We'll hopefully get together with him in the next week. So, all right, people, thank you very much. We have the Bear. Come and subscribe and follow. And we're out.
Yes, please. All right, have a good one.
See you later.